The president could not or has not, for all his speeches, including this particular one, not spoken strong enough to corruption that is taking place, which takes away public resources that are supposed to provide for public services, water for people in the rural areas in town, for road networks. We are seeing a lot of procurement that has gone wrong, where there's wastage of public resource. The president didn't place emphasis and condemn that kind of level of unpatriotism that is related to corruption. You will note, members of the press, that a couple of his ministers have been brought to the investigative agencies. That is indication enough that there's something that the president should address. Yet he never spent a lot of time on corruption and condemning those who are involved in it, whether by way of stealing upright misappropriation of funds or by misapplication in terms of redirecting resources, manipulating systems to take resources to procurement of whatever has to be used, of goods that are to be used by members of the public at a very inflated price. Those are issues that you would think the president would have been paying attention to. We've seen a lot of resource wastage, and he never spent time to condemn. In the same way, he condemned, rightfully, those who have destroyed property. So we see that the president is being unpatriotic in not paying attention to corruption and condemning and ensuring that he does not protect those who are seen to be suspects. We know that in the recent past, the president protected one of his ministers from stepping down while investigations were taking place around corruption issues. We are likely to see it in another case that has come up. So where is the patriotism in the PF government? Where is the integrity in the PF government? And what progress is he going to account for here? So this is where you see that it is only issues that are of interest to the ruling group, not even the vast membership that they carry from across the country. Only the interests of the ruling clique are being protected here. So there is no real tracking and ensuring that these national values and principles are being inculcated in the arms of government to ensure that those who are placed to manage public affairs adhere to these values and principles. This is somebody who has been accused of murder. This is somebody who is splashed with uniform from uniforms that are supposed for the defense forces and all these things that depict criminality. And yet you've seen this person frequenting State House, state functions, official functions of the PF. So where is the morality there in relation to the promotion of violence that everybody lost? No wonder we have had situations that the by-elections, as my colleague has already spoken about, violence is acceptable during elections. People are immune to it. We'll speak about it during the time of Parliament, during the sauna at Parliament. But when we get out into the field, violence or symbols of violence are allowed to proliferate around the leadership of the PF, and including the presidency. The president should have been speaking against that from the depth of his heart, the depth of his heart, not from the mouth, when he knows that he's been associated in recent times with people